Welcome back to the second quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show, along with my sidekick, Andrew Guitros.
Good morning. Second quarter
and,
football.
We on a new program. We do it in 4 quarters, and it just so happens that we started this 4-quarter
just in time
method
for football,
for football, but we're going to stay in that 4 quarters, as far as I know, until
and we have
Charlie and Eddie tell us differently.
We have professional referees, no replacements here. Everything is legit here.
Yeah. Boy, they having problems. Now, this morning, while I was putting my, my material kind of together to prepare, they said that it's some stronger possibilities that these people could be misled by the gamblers and maybe help throw a game. Now, they love to stir up trouble.
You heard they pulled one because he was a hoodat.
Well, that's kind of where they probably got that.
He was wearing. They showed him at the preseason game wearing all the Saints gear, partying in front of the Superdome. He was having a good time, and they said he couldn't be a referee for the Saints. I don't know why. I mean, that's the kind we need, right?
We needed it.
All the help we can get.
We needed it the last 2 Sundays, but we're going to get to that in a minute, because we got to do a little bit more on our. We haven't done much on our sports last few weeks, and there's always things happening. But on the obituary side, another very long time friend, almost feel like related, because he was married to Miss Rooney Reed, and Rooney Reed and our family, the Joe Reed family, her daddy and mama we lived. You could look across the road, up and down the road a little bit, and see each house. So kind of almost like related to us. And I'm speaking of Clinton Bow, nickname of Pecan. I always call him Clint. His name is Clinton George Pecan Bow. Age 84, lived a long life. Very good until, at the end, he had Alzheimer's, is what I understand. The last that I spoke to his daughter, Jean. Jean Beau Lapinto and her husband Frank, of course, survived him, as well as another sister, Suzanne Williams Barry, and of course Miss Rooney survives him. And
city marshal for years here in Opelousas.
Police department. He had worked his way up to rank of major. Worked for the Opelousas City Police Department 26 years. Probably started under Wilden Normalie's daddy, Chief Roland Sashray, back yonder in those days. And then he served city marshal for 16 years. He was elected as city marshal. And, graduate of Lawtell High, local all of his life. And to the family, our very deepest of sympathies. And the funeral will be held today, Thursday morning at 10 a.m. In the Sabia Funeral Home. And let's see, does it say the priest is going to be handling the services?
No, it doesn't.
Rosary is going to will have been held on Wednesday afternoon. Again, a longtime friend of ours, and another elected person. He was an elected official. Was the Grand Coteau mayor, who is serving in his first term. And speaking of Henry P.S., died suddenly to me, but he was
he'd been ill
with cancer. So he quite a record. He was a 23-year military veteran, including serving as an Army recruiter and a professional developed non-commissioned officer. And during his service in Vietnam, he received the Purple Heart for wounds received.
Wow.
After retiring from the military, he worked as a manager at Walmart for 18 years. So how
long career.
Did you? I never met him. Did you?
I had met him before, and very, very well liked in the community. He was very active in the community.
Yeah, it hurts me when a fella that went through all of this and just
to know him as
prime of his life, because he's not old, in spite of all that he's. He's not an old man. It doesn't show right here his age in this particular article. And then the mayor pro tem is somebody that we see at the political events. And as pro tem, I imagine the city the council will probably name her as acting mayor, I would imagine. Usually they do that. I hope they do.
She's certainly acting as the mayor right now until...
Chanterelle?
Shatterell Johnson.
Shatterell.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, yeah, I see. You can do it, break it down. Shatterell. Okay, I see it. You got it, buddy. You probably looked it up on your computer, how to pronounce it.
I made Google pronounce that for me.
But our sympathies to the Henry Pierre family, and I mean that. And then it had the article of Miss Robin Amanda Jeffers, who was killed in an accident on the way to work.
Teacher we talked a bit about last week.
We did talk about her death last week, but we hadn't seen it in the papers yet. And Mr. Robert Hicks died, and I can't say that I knew him. He was only 64 years old, but his brother, Hammond Hicks, worked for me at the Toby's Country Corner for years.
The man could do the floors. He could make them floors shine like glass.
Everything was cleaned. All the pumps outside were cleaned every day. You don't see that hardly anywhere. And I can remember he always worked in a long sleeve, and he rolled it up 2 times when he'd get there. After he got to work, he'd roll it up 2 times. He'd get him 1 or 2 trash bags to pick up the trash, and he'd put them in his pocket. And of course, I'm speaking of a man that's alive, Mr. Hammond Hicks, and I'm speaking about his brother who passed away. And his funeral was held last Saturday, the 15th, here in Opelousas. So to the Robert Hicks family, our deepest of sympathies.
Dixie Storage, all your storage needs, personal and commercial, they can help you with locations throughout St. Landry Parish, Port Barre, Opelousas, and Washington. They've got the big warehouses where you can unload at the loading dock, nice and easy. They've got forklifts from the little bitty kind to the big ones. They can unload whole railroad cars and have railroad spur access as well. They can do inventory control for you. They've got Dixie Trucking that can help move your items between their different warehouses. They can also finish delivering your load. If you're a trucker, you can let them finish for you. Sister company A+ Glass with locations in Lafayette and Annapolis that does personal and commercial glass as well, from homes all the way up to your large buildings, and they can do vehicle inspections as well. Dixie Storage, and don't forget about their reception center in Port Barre. Handles over 300 folks in it. And we talked about LHC Group already. How about the Quarters Casino? Go down to the Quarters Casino right there north of Opelousas at exit 23. Chevron fuel, diesel, well lit, well covered, good clean concrete, easy access on and off the interstate right there just north of Opelousas. Go inside and have a little bit of gaming luck there on the slot machines in the Quarters Casino. Crispy Crunchy Chicken in their large convenience store. They've also got El Pico de Gallo, the Mexican restaurant, right there with good home style cooking of Mexican food, good authentic Mexican cuisine.
The Solid Waste, St. Landry Parish Solid Waste Commission recently elected its new officers at their September meeting. Ms. Jody Powell is going to be Secretary-Treasurer. Mr. Ed Briscoe will be the chairman, and Gordy McManus from Eunice will be the vice chairman. And Mr. Catry Martin, our friend, is going to continue serving as its executive director. And they run a real nice operation over there, and I want to congratulate them. And on Tuesday afternoon, I went over to visit the OPAC Financial Service office over in Crowley, and kind of make a little visit with Miss Janice Duplantis, she's longest-term active member as far as the operations go. Carol Chotin is still with us, but she works in the collection department of the office. But Miss Janice was hired as the manager in Crowley and still there, undergoing cancer treatments and fighting to be at work as much as she possibly can. Janice, I love you, and I think I can speak for all the members of the OPAC family. And also, I'm sure a lot of your friends and customers over there, because she knows every one of them. She knows the family members. I mean, she really runs a top-notch office and is undergoing some situations that would probably discourage most people from going to work, but she's fighting to go to work. And I said, how are those 5 little grandchildren?
The quintuplets. She got
quintuplets, five of them. That's her daughter, Stacy, is the mother of those. And she says, well, I'm glad you asked. And she wrote me a little note. Hannah and their Doucettes is attending Rain High, and she's part of the Rain High dance competition. And they were picked to go to Paris, France.
Wow.
And quite an experience. And during the Thanksgiving week. So that's right around the corner in a lifetime. And then this same little dance team from Rain will be dancing at the Saints Tampa Bay game in New Orleans on December the 16th.
Well, there
so
you go.
Quite a few experiences that these youngsters will be attending. And she says all five of them are doing well.
Excellent.
And that's really good. I know that she's just as proud of those five.
I guess they've just entered the teenage years.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's correct. So keeping Mama and Stacy and everybody else, and of course they've gotten a lot of help from the community. I don't know if they still come and pick them up, but they used to come and
Used to have almost like a little foster couple that would kind of pick each child to come help out, because with
buy
5 kids at the same
and
time,
take them to different
it took help.
events,
Yeah.
and it's quite a little story there. And we're happy that they're doing well, and they're doing well in school, I might add, and that's everybody's concern today.
Sunday, September the 30th, Family Fun Day at St. Peter's Catholic Church in Grand Prairie from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. There's going to be food, pony rides, bake sales. They're going to be auctioning off, raffling off quilts and barbecue pits and stainless steel gumbo pots. Live music by WD and the Cherokee Playboys. Who else in Grand Prairie? And it's a sauce pecan cook-off. Plate dinner, $6 a piece. Go by Sunday, September the 30th by the church there.
How about the pictures with the not the motorcycle first?
Okay, what you want first?
The pictures of Ramp and I and
This one right
Eddie
here?
Manuel.
Yeah.
Well, that's Eddie Manuel. I hadn't seen Eddie Manuel in quite a while, or to talk to. I saw him at a couple of events, but it was kind of heavily crowded. In fact, one of them was the Arno dinner that we get invited to each year, you and I, over in Eunice. At the Outdoor Kitchen, Arno Outdoor Kitchen, and of course Gary Curville makes sure that we're invited to that every year. And anyhow, went over. Eddie was the Goodyear dealer, and had really grown quite a large size. He's downsized, and in fact now is in the used motorcycle. But when you walk into his shop, you would never think you're looking at used motorcycles. I mean, look at that one right there.
Oh, it's nice.
Looks brand new. It's a Honda, and we took a little picture to kind of have for future memories. I'm on the left, and I'm wearing one of his caps, and he goes by Acadiana Bikes. And of course, it's not bicycles, it's motorcycles.
Right.
And then, of course, a young man from Opelousas, Drew Fontenot, Vernon Fontenot's son. Vernon's the carpenter, contracting with Gilray and Fontenot and Gilray. And then Rampspire in the middle, and then Eddie, and then Charles Cummins, the abstractor from Opelousas here, who is a bike rider, and brought me over there to buy about a $21 item.
Yeah. You spent more than that?
And ended up, I'm going to trike my bike. We
Like
already
this?
up for the second.
Yeah, we're getting there. But that's the kit you're going to put on your
Yeah, but we're
Honda?
going to come back and talk about that in a minute.
All right.
Okay.
Well, folks, we're going to see you on the other side of 1 minute on TV and 1 minute on the radio. We'll see you in a minute.